Hey everybody, Don Georgievich here with Job Interview Tools, and today I want to give you 6 tips for what makes a good manager a great manager. I mean, many people chase management title without really understanding what it means, and sadly, those who are in it just for the title, the money, the recognition, those are the ones who are more likely to have a harder time becoming a good manager, and they often get labeled as a bad manager by their subordinates. So today, I want to show you how that you can earn the title of a good manager so you can be the manager that everyone, that your team needs you to be. The first thing you want to do is delegate, follow up, and follow through. Now, don't use delegation as a tactic just to clear your plate so you can kick back and relax. I mean, clearing your plate might be a byproduct of delegation, but what you're really doing is showing that you have faith in your employees and your team to get things done their way, not your way. And it's not just about randomly doling out jobs to anyone. You want to take the time to identify their strengths and potential within your team and then assign tasks accordingly. That way, you're not setting anyone up, any specific team members, for potential failure. And then you want to follow up with them to find out how they're doing. Be interested in what they're doing. Ask questions. And be a resource for them. I mean, your job as a manager is to make sure that your people have the resources they need to do their job. And when you hand out a task, you want to establish goals as part of your delegation. And your goals need to be specific, measurable, and attainable. And the next thing you want to do is show empathy. I mean, studies have shown that empathy is a crucial driver of all-around work performance. And when you can show empathy towards your team, they feel like more than just a cog, in the wheel of a large company. And they feel like an individual contributor with value, respect, and appreciation. And when you can understand how your team members are feeling, you'll communicate with them better on a better level, a more personal level. I mean, you might have an employee who's supporting a family member through an illness, and with just a little bit of awareness on your part, you can help avoid setting them up for failure by not, assigning them a whole bunch of overwhelming tasks. And you need to identify employees that are bored so you can give them more engaging work that kind of pulls them out of a slump and gets them excited about their work, and so that they're making a difference, so they feel they're making a difference. Now, there's also an important distinction that you need to make between empathy and favoritism. So you want to be wary of removing too much responsibility from someone based on their personal circumstances, just so the rest of the team doesn't feel like, you're playing favorites or anything like that. Now, the next thing you want to do is communicate, because this is the cornerstone of any successful business. Keep your people in the loop at all times, and don't lie or hide the truth from them. And doing this will allow for a very productive team environment, meetings, discussions, and just overall feedback. Now, management also requires talking up and down the ladder, which means that you'll interact with subordinates, peers, managers, clients, vendors, and partners. So being able to effectively communicate at all levels is vital to becoming a great manager. Now, the next thing you want to do is foster growth. You need to recognize outstanding performance and encourage your team to learn new skills, provide input and ideas, and improve on their areas of weakness. Now, you want to believe in your team even when they don't believe in themselves. Celebrate the smallest of wins and encourage them to grow. Now, it's your job as a manager to grow your team and to provide them with the resources that they need to grow. But it's really helpful to find out how they want to grow. I mean, they might like their job, but they might want to learn how to do someone else's job, or they might want to become a manager like you. So help them grow in the direction that they want to, or they're just going to quit. They're going to find work somewhere else. Now, for example, right here in Cleveland, Ohio, where I live, we have a small chain of family grocery stores. There's about 20 stores throughout the area. And they had a few managers who had outgrown their jobs. But there was nowhere to place them within the company where they could grow. So the store owners decided to open up 2 new stores in Chicago and give their managers the space that they needed to grow. Otherwise, those managers would have quit and the grocery store would have lost a lot of talent. So rather than lose them, they created the space to grow and they started with 2 stores. Now they have 4. Just an amazing story. So the next thing you want to do, solve problems. Now, when you're a manager, you're also an administrator. Now, I just mentioned that you need to set your team up for success. And sometimes that means solving problems that slow things down. So look for redundancies, overlapping responsibilities, or consistent challenges that your team faces and find elegant solutions for them. Now, you can usually find some kind of software to help manage your projects and improve overall communication throughout your team. Now, something that allows you to communicate in real time, manage individual tasks, and collaborate on live documents is really helpful. Now, investing in these tools and providing them to your team is going to show that, well, you value your team, and it's going to help them approach their workday, in a lot more productive way. And the last but not least, be an inspiration. When you're a leader, I'm betting that you want to be an inspiration to your team. Now, if you're growth-minded, you want to inspire your top performers to follow in your footsteps and be ready to fill your shoes, when it's your time to move up in the company. Now, inspiration can take several forms. Now, you can boost morale within your team when everyone else is tired or, deadlines just seem impossible, or even inspire individual employees by spending some quality one-on-one time with them. Now, inspiration can also come from clients. If a client provides a stellar review of, your company's services, that kind of recognition can inspire the whole team. Now, if your boss recognizes your hard work with an award, that might motivate your team to, work towards the same level of recognition. And creating and maintaining a positive work environment is going to inspire creativity, productivity, loyalty, and respect. And that does it for today's deep dive into the mindset of what makes for a good and successful manager. So let me ask you, how are you going to implement these techniques in your job as a manager? Do you have any best practices that I didn't cover? If you do, please share them in the comments below. I would love to hear them, and I'm sure everyone else would too. So that's all I have for you today. I wish you the very best in your next position. Now, if you have a job interview and they ask you, what are some of your manager traits? These would be some very good things to bring up into an interview and to share with them how you manage people or some of the things that you do to get things done. Not obviously, only do it if these are aligned with your own beliefs as a manager and how you manage people. But I think this is going to kind of maybe, ignite things within you and maybe remind you of some things that you had forgotten about your style and stuff like that. All right, so that's really all I have for you today. I wish you the very best. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. I would appreciate it. Helps me understand the types of videos that you like on the content you like. And as always, please subscribe if you want to get notified every time I release a new video. I'll see you in the next video. Bye now.